Yo, what's up, guys? Today we are talking about Creed number 3. So I watched Creed 3 yesterday, and I must say, this video is going to have spoilers, so we're going to talk about it. Let me know your thoughts on my thoughts, or let me know your thoughts on the movie as well. So Creed 3, interesting take on the whole underdog situation. They started off with this guy who was part of Creed's story. In fact, it was part of his childhood, and they had this whole drama and this whole thing going on, and this dude kind of like took the fall for him and went to prison. Well, he had much of the fault on himself, but his dream was to become the champion. And he wrote a few letters to Creed, and his mother kept it from him because she wanted him to have a bright future. And basically, that's the whole premise. He came out of jail. He, ran into, well, he actually went over to Creed's gym and basically just asked for an opportunity to, go for the title. Now, he was a very nice guy from the beginning, and I don't know if he was playing Creed or if he was just very confused and emotionally confused. So he kind of like became friends with Creed again, and Creed also kind of always had like a chip on his shoulder, and he didn't know whether he should trust the dude or not. I forgot his name now. Dame. And the whole thing was very natural from the beginning. And I would kind of think, this would be the whole... It looked very realistic. Like if I had a friend that went to jail for me 18 years ago and came back, I feel like that would be the interaction. I would kind of feel like, did he forgive me? I would also have a chip on my shoulder. But Damien was a very friendly guy, and I really liked the way he was treating Creed from the beginning. But there were so many moments which showed during the close-ups that he was confused. He was like, he was kind of like two-faced from the beginning, but also he was hurt, and something that happened in the movie that always happens in movies, but I don't think it would happen in real life, is the fact that Creed didn't get the letters, right? And he told Damien, hey, I didn't get the letters, but at towards the end of the movie, he reveals a picture, and then Damien is like, oh, so you did get the letters. And instead of Creed saying, no, I just got them now from my mother, no, he kind of like just brushed it off and played it off as if he did receive the letters. So that confuses Damien even more. And it feels like there's no conversation here. It feels like also when he found out that Damien had set up the former champion, what's his name? Drago or something like that, who got his arm broken. It feels like he would, like a normal person would, like call the police and tell the police what happened. I think that would be something that I would do. But then again, it comes to, you're gonna turn in your long lost friend. It's quite dangerous, and snitches get stitches. Is that how it goes? Snitches get stitches, something like that, and it end up in ditches. But the whole thing is, I think it was kind of like a monotonous movie, I guess. I think it had a lot of drama. It talked about, parenting, it talked about friendship, and there were only 2 fights during the whole movie, and I think a 3-minute montage of Creed training, and it kind of like did not talk about boxing mostly. And also the boxing that was in Creed 3 was more like getting punched in the face rather than skillful and technical. And because like I'm a really big fan of Muhammad Ali, and when I was watching it I was like, bro, these guys are getting hit on the face like constantly. But of course, but Canelo showed up, and Canelo is one of those that avoids getting punched. So I think the contrast between real boxing and this movie's boxing was that they really allowed themselves to get punched in the face a lot. There's even a ending scene where they both get punched on the face at the very same time, which I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, it was cool in slow motion, but I don't know, it was kind of cringe, I think. I don't know. And the ending, I was trying to think, how are they gonna make this gonna be like this this fantastic ending? What is the plot twist gonna be? How are they gonna end this? Are they gonna make Creed lose, or is he gonna win? How's it gonna be? Like, what is the whole idea here? And the whole idea was that they removed the public, the audience, and they were in this environment which was kind of like, I don't know, the mind of each other. They saw each other as children, so there were nobody around. It was just them two. I think that's what they were going for. It's just me and you here in this void, and they were fighting. And I guess that was like the whole thing. But I kind of got mixed messages there, because earlier in the movie, Creed was talking to his daughter, and he said something like, it's not about violence. Many people think it's about violence, but it's about focus. And I was like, okay, I agree with you. Boxing is about protecting yourself at all times. It's not about getting punched in the face. It's not about, violence. And in the beginning, he did some Sherlock Holmes things where he was seeing like the rib cage open and he was analyzing. I thought there was going to be more of that. And I was like, this is nice. I've never seen this in a boxing movie before. So I like the whole, slow motion effects, the analysis, the very technical focus, slow motion looking here, there. Nice. I like that. And then that never happened throughout the movie ever again, which was a bummer. But when he told his daughter it's not about violence, it's about focus, I thought, okay, he's going to be very technical with it, and he's going to show us that violence is not the key. And Dame is very violent and he's very dirty. So, here we're going to see Creed come with this technical, eye, and he's going to outbox Damien. But no, that's not what happened. At the end, his coach literally tells him, you're out there boxing. I want you to go and fight. I want you to start fighting. I understand that was supposed to be an impactful dialogue, and it was supposed to talk about, fight for your life and fight for your career, fight for, the cause and something like that. But that goes against what he told his daughter. Like, he talked about technical boxing, about focus and stuff like that, and his coach is saying, forget all that, fight. You're out there boxing, don't outbox him, fight him, be ferocious. That's the word he used. And I was like, okay, so is it about violence after all? I guess. So it was a nice movie for like an afternoon, evening movie that you watch, but I don't know, it wasn't like the best thing. I love that they used the Rocky soundtrack at the end, but it kind of left me with, some bad taste, or I don't know, it felt like there was something missing. I felt like it could have had more fight sequences. It could have had more montages. It could have been a little bit more inspirational. I don't know. It just felt a little bit off, the fact that his friend was his friend until the moment that he wasn't anymore. Of course, he was being played. And then all of a sudden he becomes a champion, and now he has a mansion. I don't know how long it took, you know, from winning against the champ to fighting Creed, if that makes sense. And also, Damien was much older than Creed, but they were calling Creed the underdog. I have no idea. And also, it feels like there is no weight classification in this movie. I think anybody can fight anyone at any weight category, I guess. But hey, that's my take on Creed 3. Do I recommend watching it? I guess if you like boxing movies, yeah, watch it, but be aware that it has so much story, which is actually what I liked about the last Rocky movie. You know, Rocky had a lot of story, and I like that. You know, I actually enjoy that because for some reason I like Sylvester Stallone's acting when it comes to drama, but I don't think it's what the whole, I don't know. I don't think Creed was. I don't think Creed comes close to the Rocky series. That's my thought, and there might have been an indication that there's going to be a new series, which is going to be Creed's daughter. I think that's what they're going for here. So I think Rocky retired, and then Creed is going to retire, and then we're going to see now a young female protagonist. I think that's where we're going with the series, with the whole franchise. It's also sad that Sylvester Stallone wasn't involved in this project, but if there is a Creed 4, I think he would be interested in doing it, except for getting involved with some people, but he would do it with Michael Jordan. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, what did you think of Creed? Let me know in the comments down below. I'll see you on the next video. Let me know what I should react to or talk about next. Take care. Bye-bye. Now you can get full access to exclusive content, special reactions to shows, series, anime, full movies, and even request a video of your choice. Just become a YouTube member or join Buy Me a Coffee today. Find out more, the link is in the description.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game.